What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It is I, Aura Expert. Now, today, we get to play with MAEL. We get to see what he is like in-game. And before we even do that, I'm going to go ahead and read through his kit because you need a little refresher. And I definitely need a refresher. And I'm definitely going to forget what he does in the middle of the game. So, let's start off with his passive. Increases all stats of the goddess allies by 4% for each one participating in battle. So he'll have a 12% goddess or a 12% basic stat increase because he's only usable on the goddess team. The hero's basic stats is increased by 2% for each buff and debuff on the field, not just on the team or your allies, but the enemy's buffs and debuffs as well. So it's all the buffs and debuffs on the field, and it caps out at 20%. That's a lot of basic stats. Great basic stats for MAEL. Now, after that point, getting on to the nitty gritty. Applies Mark of Good and Evil on goddess allies at the start of the turn, or start of battle for 3 turns. And the Mark of Good is good and Evil. You decrease damage taken by 30%, and the final damage when an enemy's attacks result in crit damage. So basically, you only get the damage reduction if you get crit. That's how that works. But other than that, you are also immune to stat decrease for 3 turns. So it depends on if this Mark of Good and Evil is an actual blue buff or not. If it's a blue buff, that'll be a little iffy. You can easily counter that. But if it's a gray buff, that's pretty good. But we're gonna go ahead and find that out soon. After the fact, applies Punishing Wave on all enemies at the start of the battle. When the hero uses a skill to deal damage to an enemy, an additional effect is applied. Which Punishing Wave, their damage dealt is decreased by 20%, up to 3 times. And that procs every time MAEL uses a skill. And once they get to the max stacks of Punishing Wave, so once MAEL uses 3 skills on an enemy, they are removed and replaced with a Ripple of Light for 1 turn. Which Ripple of Light, Jesus, I don't know, my brain just shut off. Ripple of Light fixes skill damage dealt, including those of ultimate moves, to 1. So he makes the enemy hit for 1. Not, I had it mixed up in my patch notes video. He makes the enemy hit for 1 damage. He does not make you take 1 damage like Millum does, for example. It's the other way around. So now we're moving on from that. If the hero deals damage with a single target attack, the enemy is inflicted with the Mark of Retribution for 3 turns, which the Mark of Retribution increases attack-related stats by 20%. They changed it. It was attack-related stats and defense-related stats for the Mark of Retribution. Unless the defense-related part of the passive is locked behind dupes, that was changed. Very interesting. So, continuing on, if an enemy with a Mark of Retribution is defeated by a hero's single target attack, which if MAEL kills them with a single target, 100% of the final damage will be dealt to 1 random enemy. So, basically, he's a really good unit. He's a really good unit. And to his passive, whenever he uses an AoE, or whenever an AoE is used, their HP-related stats are lower for 2 turns. Pretty simple stuff. And it applies to both allies and enemies. So, that being said, we're going to go in with a goddess team of our own. Eliotis, because obviously Eliotis and MAEL are going to be on every single goddess team because they're just the best goddesses. There's no reason to mess around. And for this one, we're going to use LR Margaret for the buffs and, you know, Alate in the back for the buffs as well. So, that being said, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe because we're on the road to 2,000 subs and I'm trying to see what we can do as a community, alright? And if you look at the link in my description, we got a Discord, we have my Twitter, we have a bunch of other stuff in the description, but mainly the Discord. Join us over there. We have a lot of fun over there just talking with the fam as if we are fam, and we be chilling. So, that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into the first PvP match and see if I remember exactly what I just said. And also, by the way, MAEL can use a Grace, because I put Sario's Grace on MAEL. I could use Tarmiel, but I like putting Tarmiel on Eliotis. But MAEL can put a Grace on himself because he doesn't have a Grace. He has commandments. So MAEL is the one character in the game that can use a Grace and a commandment at the same time. So let's go ahead and see this. How do I want to attack this? Oh, that's how I want to attack it, with a forfeit. Love that for me. All right, who do we got? Okay, there's a guy. It's a mirror match. This is what I was worried about for the most part, because these mirror matches can be very interesting. So let's see how this plays out. And by the way, my MAEL's 1/6, no cosmetics by the way, so free to play right now. Sure, let's just send it. Let's go ahead and pop that. We will buff AoE for the okay, single target to Eliotis, and then single target with Eliotis. Just for now. I don't want to AoE just yet. I feel like we can wait it out for sure. 90k on a single target, not bad. Then he also has Tarmiel Link on his Meliodas as well. Alright, we chilling so far. But let's see how interesting this gets. Because I'm still using this MAEL on a very iffy turn point. Because I don't know if I'm doing this right, I'm doing it wrong. It's just kind of figuring it out as we go. I mean, in the mirror match scenario like this, when we're using the exact, like, Margaret comp, technically speaking, his MAEL will be better than mine because he's getting the buffs from me and then the buffs from himself at the same time. So his basic stats has a bit more of an increase than mine. Ooh, that's the AoE, huh? The AoE is interesting. Okay. He got his shield back. Why did he get it back? I don't know. But okay, let's do this. Let's go ahead and AoE. Actually, we can full send MAEL. Let's get MAEL's ultimate. Boom. Single target the Eliotis. And we level 3 AoE with MAEL. Let's just see what we hitting for. Like, it probably won't be much because they have the shield up, but we'll see. AoE looks cool. I mean, I didn't kill the Elizabeth or the Eliotis. That's actually super annoying. That's interesting. I am mad at that. But the problem is, now my MAEL dies. Oh, no, he doesn't because I procced his thing, so the 1 damage was active. So he has a little bit more survivability there. We'll see. He's probably... Ooh, that's a good tank. Good damage tank reduction right there. That was a good reduction. I still need to kill Eliotis somehow. So let's AoE, single target the Eliotis, and then ult. Because he's using Nanashi in the back. Unlike me, I'm using Elate. So I want to make sure I can at least get the revive off. Let's see this ultimate at 1.6. Looks pretty fucking cool. 1.3 and it wiped. That's cool. Unfortunately, I didn't kill Eliotis faster. And he had Milim in the back. Never mind. I thought he had Nanashi. Yeah, you're a fucking weirdo. Alright. I could still lose this, funny enough, because people that run Milim subslot are, you know, that word. No damage. Alright, we chilling. That wasn't as much as I thought it would be. Wow. That was good damage reduction. That was actually pretty good. Alright, let's do this then. Let's single target, cleanse, or actually let's just do this. Try to get her up out of here. Let's just get Meliodas'. Actually, yeah, fuck it. Let's just get Meliodas. Then we'll cleanse later. Just in case I don't pull a freaking cleanse from Margaret and I get nullified, let's just worry about that later. Not entirely. But other than that, I mean, good damage reduction. Like, the damage reduction was hitting different. I didn't die to a melee. I tanked the Meliodas ultimate. I think it doesn't get better than that. Like, that was actually pretty fucking impressive. I just have to use my ult properly, which I'm not entirely sure how I want to use them. The ultimate did good damage though. The ultimate was pretty plug and pog. So what's the plan here, Mr. Melee? Yeah, okay, yeah, there we go. Now my MAEL dead, but I'm cool with that. We still kill, so it's fine. Let's just go ahead and AoE ult. We can do, why not? We proc it, we AoE again, and we ult. Just to break the shield. Okay, cool, we chillin'. W game, interesting for sure. MAEL, I was expecting him to die to that ultimate from Eliotis, not gonna lie, but they really outperformed with my expectations and just tanked the ult. Because my Eliotis is 1.6 and I hit him for 800k. His Eliotis is probably 1.6 as well, and he hit me for like half of that. Not even half, probably less than half of that. That was pretty good. Okay. But the mirror match is gross. Not a fan of the mirror match, but let's continue. Okay. Another mirror match, pseudo same person, but not the same person. Same team, same setup, you know, normal-ish. Let's just practice out. I'm gonna save my buff this time since it's a mirror match, and I'm gonna give him less stats that way. So I'm gonna save what I got going. Let's AoE. Let's single target with the MAEL, and then single target. Okay, well, I mean, sure, sure, I guess. We move. People just forfeit and they get LCC'd, I guess. Fair enough. I don't blame him, but come on now. Okay. What in the that's not a team. That's not a team. Alright, I'll use this to see what I can do here with MAEL. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why the hell you queued up with a Thor in a human team. Whatever. It is what it is, I guess. People don't know how to make team comps. Sucks to suck. We move. Alright. Okay. OG #1 team. Is it still the #1 team going against this MAEL though? Let's find out. Let's just taunt it up. We can buff since we're not going to get to mirror match. So we're going to buff AoE and AoE with... Do we AoE with him last? I guess we should AoE. Let's do that. AoE with melee, AoE with MAEL. I think that's going to be how we start the turn, I guess. I'm not entirely confident on how I should play this, but the Demiurge probably dies here, which is really good, hopefully. Oh my god. Oh my god. That 457? 457 on a rank 1 is nuts. And the way that hit is so satisfying, because it's like in like turns. It's like doom, doom, doom. Like that's so satisfying. Instead of just seeing 85 crits show up on my screen at the same time. I don't know. Just someone getting hit by a bell looks crazy. But that did a substantial amount of damage. Let's AoE with Margaret, because we want to get his windscreen at the same time here. We're going to AoE with Margaret, AoE with MAEL, and single target with MAEL. Break the shield. MAEL's AoE probably wipes Zeljus off the game. Boom, boom. That's so satisfying. And that's the revive, and the single target probably doesn't kill, but let's see what we doing here. My fault! My fault! The single target wiped them. That's his windscreen. Ooh, he just chill. I love MAEL. I love this MAEL. The no dialogue, straight demon activity MAEL. Mwah, chef's kiss. Alright, who we rocking with? Ooh, Demon King. Does he have his relic? Because I do want to make a video on the relic. I have enough to make the relic. I'm just going to do that after the fact. He does not have the Demon King relic. Okay. Either way, I think this is for ease. Let's just buff up. AoE, AoE. Oh, I didn't do the Meliodas shield thing. I mean, it doesn't increase the damage I do, so it's not going to be the end of the world. We're chilling. Let's see this. That skill is so sick. That skill is so sick. It's not the like craziest DPS thing of all time, but it's so satisfying when you hit them the first time and all their health is gone, and you know they're dead. It's so satisfying. Like MAEL's AoE reminds me of who else has an AoE that's super, like LR Bond. LR Bond's AoE is really satisfying because it's a one-shot kill every time. Well, most of the time. And when you get that one skill and they just get all fall at the same time, really satisfying. That's what this MAEL feels like anytime he uses this bell. Like the bell is so overwhelmingly pressure. It's crazy. It's just a good time when you see screen. Am I nullified? I don't remember if I'm nullified or not. It still does so much damage. 466 on 2. This might kill. MAEL's kind of crazy, bro. I gave MAEL Sario Link too, by the way. So maybe Sario Link is mandatory in a way to get. If that wasn't Sario Link, maybe I wouldn't have killed with a single target. But I don't know, because you can technically, can you? Nah, you probably can't give MAEL a MAEL Link, obviously. That would be redundant. But you could probably give him, I don't know, probably just stick to Graces. But I think we'll do one more game and then we'll call it there, because we're on an 8-win streak apparently, or 4-win streak. But we'll do this one game, or 1 or 2 more games. Let's do 2. Let's do 2. He's using Red Sario. Okay. No MAEL. So this probably is going to be a forfeit. We'll see how he feels about the game. But we're going to hit him with the buff. Actually, okay. This time I'm not going to buff. Yes, I'm using a lot of basic stats, but I want to use the crit resistance lore because I want to crit more. So it's crit resistance lore, AoE, and then AoE with my... Like, I feel like this would be a slight difference in damage. 280. Okay, that's still like the same roughly. I miss my crits still. MAEL still misses crits. Like, he only gets the plus 50% attack. He doesn't get plus 50% attack related. If he got that, that would have been insane. And he would have been critting almost all the time. But unfortunately, that's not the case for this game. So yeah, he lost this whole team turn. The triple AoE works a little bit, but it's not as good as the buff. I think the buff is slightly better. Because again, I'm lowering crit resistance by 20% and I'm still missing crits. There's nothing I can really do about it. But let's do one more game. And then we can get out of here. Okay. Same little OG #1 team setup, and obviously this team is just infinitely better. So let's just go ahead and wipe them, right? We do that. We buff AoE with melee, we AoE with him. The buff does give us way more stats than just the crit resistance lore. So buffing is just the better route. Like, I doubled my damage with the buffs. Like, completely doubled it. I missed crits, but it is what it is. And I also didn't kill Eliotis. which is fine. I'm not worried about killing her or killing them. If you kill them first turn and they still survive, that's a little bit of a damage increase. You don't want to deal with that. And yes, if y'all are asking, I do have bunny ears on my hoodie. This is a Sino, it's a Genshin Impact Sino cosplay hoodie, because at the time when I played Genshin, Sino was one of my favorite characters, like 2 years ago, and now I don't play the game. And I also bought it because it was kind of a meme. Let's do this. AoE, and single target. I mean, what's wrong with that, right? Let's just go ahead and wipe him off the game real quick. Let's go ahead and see ya. 318, 451. He died, and he has Tarmiel Link, right? So he full healed. And see, didn't kill. I did not kill. I mean, I'm still in a very great spot because, yep, he does 1 damage. That's so nasty. He does 1 damage, bro. Like, that's so toxic. Let's just go ahead and you know what? Let's get Margaret's windscreen. Oh, I can't. Margaret doesn't do enough. All right, we'll just get the Elliot. Or okay, let's use. Fuck. There's no way for me to get Margaret's windscreen. I want to try to do this and do little damage, but Margaret damage is not that great to begin with. So yeah, me getting that windscreen is not gonna happen. We're just gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way. Peace out, Brussels sprout. That did no damage. That did a negative damage actually, because I didn't have any stacks. Because it's only the first 3 turns where Mael's like kind of nuts. After that, he's basic. But the first 3 turns, he's kind of strong. But all right, we're gonna get out of here. That was impressive. That was impressive. This Mael brung the goddess teams back. I'm not gonna lie. That was fucking insane. So we're gonna go ahead and head over, ending the video. Because that was just honestly way too crazy. But either way, Mael's good. Mael's good. If y'all summon on him, pull him. He's good. But I don't have any problems with him. It's just the first 3 turn thing, and then after those 3 turns, they're kind of. But the one damage thing is kind of nuts. It's really good, and it goes for the whole team. It's kind of strong. So that being said, who is this person? This person just walked up to me, turned around, and just stared at me with my whole soul. Shout out to you, Jughead. But nah, for real though. I'll see you on the next video. Like, subscribe, and I'm out. Peace.